So that's like a 5-minute one, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It says we're live.
Yes, we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Hello, hello.
Oh no, I think we're open on my other tab. I have to go mute us. Okay.
God, do we just bring chaos everywhere we go?
I do. All right. If you guys would like to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yes.
Who are
yes,
you,
we
Esther?
can.
Yes, start with this, Esther.
Hi, I am
Now,
Esther Maria Andujar. I am a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be
You're
a
gonna do the
hybrid
thing, right?
author.
Sit up. Do you not feel like doing it anymore?
I do have a YouTube channel under the same name, and I occasionally do videos, and I stream on Fridays.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm all over the internet. Hoorah!
I'm Laura Nettles. I have a horror collection out called Tiny Shivers. There's 101 stories in there. A few of them were published in anthologies and stuff before, so I smooshed them together. And then I am currently querying my middle grade horror, Seeds of Doubt. She's a plant lady, y'all. And then I am working on draft 2 of my vampire romance Crimson Strings. So, yeah. That is me.
Oh, yeah. Hi. I'm Casey. I am oh God, what am I? I'm the author of
Human.
Am I though? Am I?
That's presumptuous,
I
Esther.
think.
I know, right? You presume that I'm a human being. Just because I walk amongst you mere mortals.
I knew you were part lizard.
Oh God, not a lizard. I was gonna say a
You're
witch.
cold-blooded. You need your
witch.
blankets and your heating pads.
You figured me out, Laura. You figured me out. I am the author of 5 books, 3 poetry collections, and 2 contemporary fiction novels: The Diary, Succession of Lies, and The Weight of Her. And I have lots of videos on my channel. And I stream on Wednesday nights, usually with those 2 over there. And yeah, that's. I think that's all I got because I.
She's
It's about as
getting
good as my.
comfy.
I have an online store with writer merch. Yeah, that too. It's about as good as my intro gets.
And I am writing Mom Samantha Nasset on my channel. I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things, as well as chronic illness and all the lovely things that come with that. I am not Dolores, but she will be joining us later, and when she does, she will take over. I do streams on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes they're write-ins, sometimes they're let's talk about something, and sometimes they're flash fiction free-for-alls, which we just did one Monday, and we'll be doing another one next month. On Wednesdays, I host Whip Wednesday. CB and I take turns. It is 3 hours where we work on nothing but our whips. And
your nays.
And our nays. And so twice a month we do book talk streams now where we talk about, like, I pick a book that I really like and force her to read it, and then vice versa. At some point we will get to a hear me out book of mine. I don't know what point or what book, but I know there's at least one. So yeah, and we're streaming on her channel a Baldur's Gate playthrough. We got episode 1 up. It's called Barbarian Solutions, and let me tell you, I don't think she conceived of what kind of video game player I was before that day. Gremlin Gamer Sam is not the same as regular Sam. Well, I picked a barbarian because I believe in barbarian solutions to all things. So I locked myself in a room just cuz, and she was like, I don't know how to get you out of there, and I'm like, well, let me break down the door, and it worked. So
I mean, sometimes you got to break a door down.
sometimes.
So you're
I
kind of
also,
like a chaotic, fun gamer.
yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
well,
would.
I grew up gaming with my two sisters, and I was older than them by quite a bit. And my sister and I, one of our favorite games to play together is Borderlands. And in Borderlands, you can never really tell what cliffs you jump off of and what cliffs will kill you. So very frequently, my sister and I will just, one of us will suddenly yell for science, and then we see them respawn, and it's like, we don't go that way, and it's like, ah, yes, good. So
I can imagine them like
there,
for science and the little character.
so in like Baldur's Gate, there was this
For
little like hole, and I was like, can I jump down there? And the game goes jump, and I'm like, yeah, and then I see it says death, and I'm like, oh no. He's like, did you
This was a
just
choice.
kill yourself? And I'm like, yes, for science.
For science.
You sound like my kind of gamer, Sam.
Thank you.
Oh,
You
that's hilarious.
I don't know when we're streaming next. We wanted to try to do it every Friday and just haven't been able to, but definitely go follow CB because that's where we will be streaming it. I am going to have so much fun playing with her, especially since like she's played Baldur's Gate before, but I'm just a gamer in general. So it's
Okay.
like the idea was that she would teach me about Baldur's Gate, but like I just sort of go in and try to break everything.
I wonder
So-
how you would be with
Also,
Call of
I
Duty, or
discovered
how are you with
you-
Call of Duty?
well, Borderlands is the only first person shooter I play. So but we may stream which, let me tell you, my favorite character to play in Borderlands is Brick, and his like special like his little special mode is just to punch things. So
Jessica. The chaos is too good to be ignored.
he uses shotguns, so I like to be up close and personal. I also run, like, doors are my nemesis. I will run into a door at least once. I can't. I'm not a terrible gamer, but doors will
Doors.
forever foil
Like,
me.
why are you here? Who told you to be there? Like,
Which
She will very
inherently-
much enjoy frames, not doors. Frames.
Which my mom plays Diablo, and she also
Ooh.
cannot go through doorways easily. So I probably inherited it from her. Also, let's say hi to chat. Hello. No promises. Hey, no worries. You got a bit done last stream. Yep, trying to maintain healthy sleep. I feel that.
what's that? What's healthy?
Healthy sleep.
I don't know
I
that
drank an energy drink to be awake for this, because this is my bedtime nowadays.
talking to someone who goes to sleep at like 6 a.m. and wakes back up at about 11:30ish a.m.
Yeah, that's one of my. That's actually kind of my ideal schedule.
Yeah,
To
okay, good.
anybody
I'm
who
so glad it's not just me.
it's because we have a nocturnal circadian rhythm. That's just how we're built.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those who were at the welcome ceremony, I am feeling a lot better, so I should be at all my streams going forward. Same here. I'm really close to hitting my word count goal for today. Well, we'll try to get you there. Hey yo, hey Esther.
She might have gotten there while we were talking.
Right? Hey, we're only 10 minutes in. We're fine.
Yeah.
As long as we start the first sprint before we hit like 30 minutes, we're good. The chaos is too good to be ignored. This is past my bedtime. That's fair. I'm just here to read it and eat my cake. You know what's funny about that, Lisa?
Kind of cake. Okay.
Coconut cake, because
Ooh.
she has a book. I forget if she's reading a book or writing a book where cake is involved. So she got coconut cake to be thematic. Also, my children have been watching Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and every time they get to the part where it's like Marie Antoinette and cake, I look over and I'm like, this is factually inaccurate to history. Don't believe this. I'm like, that was slander. Like, she wasn't an ideal person, but that was actually slander that like was made up after the fact, and they just kind of looked at me like, okay. I'm like, don't believe everything you see in cartoons. So, thank you. Yes.
Aw.
I appreciate it too. I have presumably, knock on wood, kicked the stomach virus's ass faster than my children, so.
Hopefully.
Not that I wanted them to be sick longer than me, I just did not want to be sick. Lisa's reading one of the A Series of Unfortunate Event books. Ooh, which one? I know the acronym. Coconut, because I'm reading a series of... isn't that the...
Oh, the second one?
The reptile room?
The reptile room?
Yeah.
It made me want it yesterday, so I bought a coconut cake, coconut whipped cream, and normal whipped cream. So much coconut.
Wow.
And I combined them to get the effect. Nice. I very much want brownies.
Sam said so much coconut, and I was like, so much whipped cream.
Well, look, I don't actually... Well, I didn't used to enjoy coconut, but I was like, so much chocolate has coconut-related things with it, and I refuse to be denied any chocolate upon this earth. So I have trained myself to first endure coconut, and now I can enjoy some coconut. The texture of the shavings and I are still...
Yeah, I'm not a coconut
getting there,
fan.
but...
all the coconut chocolate mix things.
No,
I'll give them to you.
I will take them.
No, Mars.
I'm a chocoholic, and I was like, what do you mean there's a chocolate I don't enjoy? This cannot stand.
So you eat almond joy?
No, you love Mounds and Almond Joys.
No,
I do.
I do not. I do not. I do not.
Yes, and he keeps talking about coconut cake. Yep.
Oh.
My nose is bleeding. Oh, I hope that resolves quickly. How am I gonna have a coconut cream cake without the cream? I mean, that's fair. Oh, no.
I'm also not a fan of whipped cream, so that's why it just sounded like a lot of whipped cream to me.
I mean, that's fair. I like a little whipped cream. Not a lot of whipped cream.
I have this much pie with this much whipped cream on top.
Oh, that's just too much.
Oh, no.
I want more pie.
Oh, man.
No,
It's
I don't
the
want any
vehicle
whipped
for the
cream.
whipped cream.
Double dose of Sam.
Oh.
Yay!
Excuse you. I didn't mean to put you up yet. I was just preparing. But yes, if I'm in control, the first timer is always me.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
I need to make more me timers so that I can have some variety, but that's a problem for not today, Sam. Yeah, that's a good thing. So what is everybody going to be working on today? Chat and my co-host. I shall go first. I am going to attempt to start reading, because this is what I wanted to work on all weekend. I don't anticipate finishing it, because there's like 45 pages in this PDF, but my sensitivity reader for Not For Her reassured me that I wrote PTSD very well, and I was pleased with that. But they also said that I could probably do it better if I had even more information, so they sent me some PDFs, and so I am reading through those PDFs and taking my notes. And like the yellow highlighted stuff is stuff that I had applied to my main character Jamie already. And then I circle things so that I can go back if I want to be like, hey, I want to add this to him now. So that's what I'm working. And as I read through this, like as I've been reading through it and I can like circle and highlight things that I applied to the main character, I'm all like, damn, I did write the trauma good. So that's very validating.
That's good.
So that is what I will be.
I'm gonna continue writing my paranormal romance serial. I in chapter episode 15, so I'm just gonna carry on with that, and hopefully I won't dislocate my jaw from yawning so much. So I already started. I'm like, don't fade, Esther. Don't fade.
We were just talking about the reptile room, and you said you were going to dislocate your jaw, and I was like, Esther's becoming a snake?
No,
JC's
I'm
part
gonna try
lizard,
not
Esther's part
to.
snake.
I am not part lizard.
Not to.
I do not like lizards. No, I would not be one.
I mean,
Why do you always be on a heating pad?
Because I have RA and my legs are crap.
Because you're absorbing the heat like a lizard.
I don't know why I made that noise for a lizard.
Oh, how about you, Laura?
Probably gonna be journaling. So, yeah.
Yes, for anybody who is going to mainly use the stream to like wind down or go to bed, note that that is perfectly welcome. We are good for that, especially since this is the last stream of the night. And then, no, I closed the schedule because I was like, I'm not going to need that.
And yet you do.
5 a.m. EDT with Heather starts off our Saturday.
That's too early.
Yeah, that is very
Well,
Actually,
2 a.m.
no.
my time.
Actually, no. 5 a.m. I will
It's
probably
6 a.m. my time, but it's still early.
I'll actually just be getting ready to go to sleep. So technically it's not.
Just pop in, say goodnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say, hey, have a good stream.
Hey, you can
I'm
come
gonna
to my
sleep.
stream
Go to
tomorrow.
bed.
My stream is tomorrow at this exact same time.
Oh.
So convenient.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where I was in chat because chat zoomed up, which is a bingo thing.
Laura's journaling. Yay.
What are
And
you
you,
doing, JC?
JC?
Oh, I have no idea. Well, I'm either brainstorming this new idea that has bitten me this week. Hopped onto my brain, whatever, or editing my video.
I should make popcorn.
Nice.
Make popcorn.
Yes, make popcorn.
I'm
Always
also
make
going to figure out whatever that beeping noise in my bedroom is. I don't think y'all can hear it, but
Oh, I hear it. No, I hear it. I've been hearing it.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is.
I wasn't
I'm
sure
gonna
who
have
it
to find
was.
it.
So
I'm gonna have to find it and fight it. Is it my child's phone?
it's not like an alarm.
Child is
Somebody's alarm.
sleeping. Yes, give me that. Yes, stop it. Okay, thank you. I think that's his bedtime alarm. Because they have an alarm that they set to remind them to start to go to bed. Finishing up a show outline interview, 2 best-selling authors on my channel live on Tuesday to go along with launching my Kickstarter. Ooh, fun. Binge watching old episodes of The Challenge with my husband right now. I popped on to hit the like button during a bathroom break. Nice. Have fun with that. Gonna be working on Krampus because I want to get another 500 words before calling it for the day, and then I'll read The Alpha Son by Penny Jessup. My curiosity. Packing up my bag to go to writing group, but all at this play. What is Is that like a meetup? Hey, you. A sweet and spicy second chance romance with a sunshine, badass female MC, a grumpy cinnamon roll single dad. I need this book now. A precious piano prodigy, and a small town full of lovable and love-to-hate assholes. Is that what StreamYard... Yeah, it's because sometimes StreamYard will just like... It will lag in loading all the comments, and then suddenly the comments shoot up.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Hope your nose is better. I thought it was the TV. No, also, if at any point you guys hear anything from my side, feel free to, like, tell me, and I will try to make it desist. My nose bleeds a lot when the seasons change. Thankfully, it doesn't last too long. That's awesome. All right. We have caught up on what all the peoples are going to work on. So we shall go ahead and start our first sprint. Right. 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, you.
Is there no sound at the end of your timer, Sam? I never noticed that.
I don't like being spooked. I just keep an eye on it out the corner of my eye.
Dolores!
Hi, Dolores.
Hello.
Sorry. I was distracted. Sorry.
Welcome. Sorry, everybody. I had things, family things that suddenly were not supposed to happen and then happened.
Hey, it happens. You're good. I had to send in the cavalry for stream 1 because I was ill. So Laura and CB took my place together.
Yes, I saw that.
I knew that Roy outside of the room. Somebody's home and he's gonna go berserk.
I have shifted into a more dramatic lighting, not on purpose. I just needed to be able to write in my notebook.
Oh, you did change. Okay.
It's not just you. I moved it over. There was no other way to comfortably write in my notebook, so this is where we are now.
Gotta do the things you gotta do sometimes.
Yes.
Which I got through a section. I'm on page 7 of 43. I started on page 6. It wasn't that impressive. So,
You're like, nah, next.
well, I also, let me tell you, that last section, I do not think the information was organized very well. So, like,
Oh.
I was like, oh gosh, I have to sort through this for my notes and then figure it out. So,
Wow.
psychology textbook.
I got 622 words.
Yay.
Still drafting.
I got from here to here done.
Nice.
Very nice.
What JC did? She looked like a burrito. Looked very comfortable.
It's super cold in here. It's really, really cold. I put yesterday's clips into the video, and then I decided to read instead of actually doing anything with them. So, because I was cold and I wanted to get under the blanket.
I mean,
You did
sometimes it's just too cold to function. Like,
Me and Dolores cannot relate.
No, it's actually warm right now. Spring is coming back. I'm just hoping I don't get sick.
Everybody just got home.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Roy's going bananas.
banana.
She's like, people are here.
Well, Grandpa's home now. He's been gone for a week on a trip.
Aw.
Oh, you got a break from that specific channel?
Well, my dad is his favorite person besides me, so
That's fair.
he's going crazy out there. Like, he's back. Play with me this instant.
My son is Artemis's second favorite human. And so when I had gone to soak in a Dr. Teal's salt bath earlier, she went over and curled up like right beside him, and that is just where she has been the whole time because she knows I've been moving a lot. I would show you all, but he is oh, hello.
Hello.
His head popped up.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's asleep, and I don't know how he'd feel about that, but
He's awake.
He knew he was being talked about. His ears were burning.
I have a sleepy.
No.
Aww.
So precious.
Everyone looks comfortable.
Read you, the dog closest to me, absolutely cannot stand my laptop desk. Or like the like pink desk that I use for my laptop on my lap. She hates it because more often than not, she cannot crawl under it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, how am I supposed to lay on top of you if the thing is there? Yesterday, she started chewing on the edges to try to show it who was boss. Like, no. But like, she was trying to do it stealthily too, so she'd like lay her head on the edge of it, and then when I would, look back at the computer, she'd be like, as if I cannot see and hear her out of my peripheral.
Like, I see you, ma'am. I see you.
Like, just because my eyes are not directly on you anymore, my vision is not this.
You're not a horse.
I'm not a horse with blinders on.
That is funny.
She's
That
like
is hilarious.
a year old, so.
Oh,
That makes sense.
puppy. She's
Very
a
young.
baby.
Yeah.
We got her not last year, but the year before. My pitty Nabby passed away from a tumor, and we were gonna looking for a new puppy, but then our other dog she like transitioned to being a solo dog just fine. So then we were like, you know what, we don't need another dog. But then on our neighborhood Facebook, someone was like, hey, my pit bull and lab just had a litter and we're giving the puppies away for free. And I looked at them and I was like, so hon, would you be upset if you came home and I had a puppy? He was like, no, but we gotta go to the store.
I mean, it's free. You can't argue with free.
He's like, where are you getting the puppy? And I'm like, one of our neighbors. So, and we took, because he like pulled in right as I was about to walk out, so we just went together. But we took our daughter because she took losing Nabby the hardest, because like we had Nabby since my daughter was like 1.5.
Oh.
And
So
she
it was her dog.
Yeah.
No, it was my dog, but out of everybody, she was
like, no, it's my dog.
No, Nabby, if I was gone, like,
But
if I
she grew up with Nabby.
Yeah, she did. She grew up with her, and like, she's bonded to both the dogs, really. Like, I have pictures of her sleeping on top of the dogs when she was a toddler and everything, and it was their first pet that they lost. So I took her with me to help, and I was like, you can pick out the new one. But because I'm the one home with them every day, all the time, I'm mom, and they attach to me. But still, my daughter comes downstairs at least once or twice a day and will roll around with the dog. She scares my mom with how they play, because Riju I like to tease that she's vicious, but really she's very soft jawed, so she'll just be like, oh. But like, she applies no pressure at all. But it terrifies my mother. Because my mom has a bit of a fear of dogs in the first place. So then she's just like, don't play with the dog like that when Nana Witch is here. That's all I ask. I'm like, don't give your Nana Witch a heart attack.
Yeah. Sienna's not with me.
Well, earlier, Shannon finished her stuff, decided to go to bed.
You can pour some in a cup and you can have it.
And
just don't drink all of it. I know you can't move.
Summer, honey, cleaned up the kitchen and is settling in bed, or settled in bed.
Go ahead. Go get a drink.
Some Deep Mystery finished a chapter, then stared, at the blank page without starting the next one. I feel that. I've definitely done that before. The blank page is
if I ever have a time when I'm staring at the blank page, I will.
Wow.
Dark mode. Okay, dark mode is my favorite life. If I ever have trouble staring at the blank page, then I just like start typing just random things that have nothing to do with the story. The phrase "I love you" is almost always in there for some reason. I'll just be like, "Do I love you," garbly goop and all of that.
That's nice.
And then the page isn't blank anymore, so I'm like, okay, now we get. Because for me, I think any issue with the blank page is like the same thing with like a blank notebook.
Yep.
Is people put a lot of subconscious pressure on themselves to be like, no, what if I mess it up with the first pen stroke or whatever? And I'm like, just fucking scribble on it, you're good.
Yeah.
I don't understand the blank notebook, but I guess as someone who scribbled a lot and did art, I like the blank canvas because I'm like,
yeah,
the first drop will just tell me where the picture is going to go.
It's full of potential energy.
Yeah. But the blank page, on the other hand, can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there was so
I
many
usually
books
just
in my notebook.
drop the outline of whatever I'm trying to write. So it's like, here, it's not blank.
But I
But when you start the draft, maybe it's just me. When I start a draft, it's a whole new document. I don't start a draft in the same document as the outline. So
no, you just post the outline for this chapter into the chapter.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say
so
is,
if I say the chapter is like, oh, so and so is gonna have a talk with so and so in this place, that's what I drop there, and then there's something in the scene of the chapter, and it's not blank anymore.
What I do is I write the word outline, and then I go to like the review tab, and then I highlight it and I leave a comment, and I comment the outline for that chapter. And then as I go through and hit the plot points, I delete them.
That's smart.
Nice.
Sometimes I get really annoyed because I'll be like, all right, so I got to do this part, and then I write a lot, right? And I'm like, yeah, and I figure out a scene that'll connect these two plot points together, and it's so good. And then I go to like update my progress, and I can maybe delete one plot point, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Because sometimes my outlines are very very thick and
I understand
summaries of things, and then other times it's just bullet points.
I bullet point outline my new prologue chapter 1 thing, and it's like 10 bullet points. I'm 800 words in, and I just do bullet point 2 now. It's like,
oh no.
See, you feel me. It's like
whoops.
It's like gonna be able to mark off so many plot points.
What did I have?
Nope.
Also, so I know last stream, like everyone was talking about outlines and stuff, and how like your outline, for me, an outline is a guideline. Like literally, it's such a guideline. I wrote this one chapter for I've forgotten the title of for my shifter story. Save Her Soul. That's it. I wrote a chapter for Save Her Soul, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is so much stronger than it was in the outline. I like how this happened. This is good. I like made some changes and stuff. And then I looked at my outline and I stared at the next chapter I outlined, and I'm like, you have no reason to exist now. But I still need them to go to that location. So then I had to sit there and think and be like, okay, how am I going to get them there?
You get kidnapped.
I have done that so many times.
I figured it out. I got it there. I
don't
so many times, and I'm like, ooh, now I can get to this scene or this. Let me see what I wrote, and I'm like, yeah, no, there's no way. No,
like it's like literally it's just a guideline to let you untangle the threads as you go. So like for me, it helps me see the tangles so much faster than like because like with Save Her Soul, I barely outlined for anything, and then that's why with Save Her Soul I'm having to adjust the outline a lot more as I go, because I just like did very bare minimum. There's like I outlined nothing of the fight scenes. I literally, it's just like shifter fight 1, shifter fight 2, and then in another thing I've got like, okay, here are the shifters she's going to fight in those fights.
And go.
If I do any form of outline, it's what I would call a skeleton outline, where they're just points. This is the things I need to hit, and that's about it. And there's usually like maybe 5. that's it. Unless I have a timeline. If I'm doing something very tight, then I'll have like a timeline. Like for Hunger's Desire, there's a timeline because I'm doing it over Yule Fast. So I'm like, I know I have every day written out and what event is going to happen in the day, but I don't know anything else besides that. I don't know what's going to happen at the event. I don't necessarily know what needs to happen at the event. I just know what kind of event is supposed to happen that day. And that's it. And that's the most extensive. My other books have none of that. I'm just like, I know the end and the beginning and maybe somewhere in the middle, and that's about it. Good luck to me.
If I have a word count limit, like for a contest or something, then I will very briefly just bullet point my goals for it. And I'm like, I know that if I don't get to this amount by the time I hit this words, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need to like shorten some part of it and whatnot. So that's always fun to figure out. I'm gonna click on people now.
Yes.
319 words for the sprint, helped get the kiddos to bed, plus picked up the living room. Nice. 140 words, and I can read and chill. Awesome. Not a bad
Hopefully
idea.
you were writing while we were chatting.
This is the break. Fight
Esther routinely writes during break.
Look, the absolute amount of faith I have in future Sam pisses her off sometimes.
I do this with names all the time.
I can't do brackets. I gotta figure it out because it'll have new things that I pants in there that I will need to thread through for the rest, and it's gonna change the trajectory.
I only do it for names. That's all I do it for.
Yeah,
I do the.
Oh no! Oh.
I thought that was just in the outline. I don't do that in the actual drafting because, like you said, Laura, that there's like might be something once I write it out. That's like when I was outlining.
I swear by placeholders. My first drafts are fiddle with placeholders.
Nope.
Like the first thing that I need to do when I'm gonna revise is like, okay, Control find all of my brackets and then start to build them.
I don't know how y'all do that. That would drive me nuts.
I'll do placeholders for names.
I don't do it for that.
I do for name.
Well,
places. If I cannot figure it out, kind of like how a scene.
Part of my outliner process is doing character sketches and character profiles. So I already know the names when I start.
See, here's the thing. Sometimes I'm writing and I don't, and then like I have to mention a city or a business, and I don't really want to stop my flow to name it. And sometimes, even when I go and revising, if anybody has read my story, All That Glitters, there is a. Hold on.
I'm being called to the kitchen for chocolate cake and whipped cream. I'll be back.
Oh, you must answer the call.
Sorry, Dolores, I am you.
I must.
So,
you're good.
This is what I named the first city that he goes to.
What is that?
Oh, wow.
Salty
city
name? Salty name? Oh, I was thinking salty name. Like I was thinking it stood for salty name or something.
No. Do you say
it's city name?
Is that a capital I? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Yes, it is capital I. I accidentally messed up. But yes.
That's beautiful.
I just went through and I was staring at city name and because I had city name in brackets and I was like,
I'm gonna go with
And then I
that.
renamed it, and I absolutely love it when people are like, "Oh, I really like that name," and I'm like, "You should say it out loud." So it's
Yes.
fun.
Now, every so often,
Wow.
I will come across something and I don't know what the name is, and I research a lot into names, and they're symbolic a lot. So I'm like, if I don't know that second, or I haven't done the research beforehand, it's being bracketed, because I could derail my whole writing session and take the whole rest of the day to just pick a name for a thing. Very rarely is it a person. Usually, if it's a person, it's because I thought they were going to be a small part of my universe, and suddenly they need to become a bigger thing, so they need a name. They can't just be identified as a maid or something.
I always know the important characters' names.
Yeah.
And if a character comes out of like nowhere, and I can name them like that. I'm like, you don't matter to me. I'm just and the name that feels right in this moment. That's who you are.
Oh,
I don't
gosh.
even
Meanwhile, like my main.
Pam, you should see some of my old character sketches for older novels. I literally have side character 1, side character 2. Like these are the non-important characters, but I've already come up with names for them, so I don't have that problem. Like, I'm just like everyone has a name.
This
Go
just
ahead.
tells me that I live in chaos so much when I write. I'm just like,
Well, here's the thing.
you were talking earlier about jumping off that bridge for gaming because I rewatched the beginning of it. Apparently that is just my writing. I'm like, we got bare minimum supplies. Let's go and figure out if I die or not.
See, here's the thing. I don't foresee, not foresee it. I don't see it as a problem because, like I said, I can come up with names really fast on the fly. So,
not me.
Like,
No,
Not me either. Even though I do have a name bank, but I'm just like, I'm in the flow. I'm gonna bracket it. It's not important. Their personality is important, not their name right now. So I just move along.
If I had to, I've never gone into writing a story without knowing all of the characters' names. I've never had the problem of having to bracket a name because I've always known the names going in.
Like I said, for me, it's only locations and businesses I will do that to, not people. Unless, like, while I'm, like, because while I'm writing...
Ooh, I see Laura's cake and
enjoy it, Laura.
It's homemade cake.
Is it also homemade ice cream?
Homemade whipped cream, actually.
I can't name them.
You have a whipped cream canister that you can fill.
I write them.
This is a good point, and I've seen
I'm the exact opposite.
But I feel like still those people tend to be outliners, and while they're outlining, they come up with a name.
Yeah, I know the personalities, the traits, all that. That's a part of the character sketching. That's a part of the outlining for me. Like I'm a very detailed outliner.
Yeah.
I discover my characters when I draft, so yeah.
Right.
Like I'm a little bit like Mars. If I don't write them, I don't know who they are.
But
I'm gonna
like the main characters kind of come to me, like so I kind of get a sense of who they are already. The side characters are different, but they're not as important. But I still need names for them.
I'm gonna flip my hair and be like, I'm not like other writers. I literally just go in and I can come up with a character, and you can ask me anything, and I will come up with the facts for that character on the fly. Like they just exist like that. But I think that's largely because of my drama and my improv background. So like that helps there because I'm like
drama. You say, Sam, not you.
Yes, I know. It's shocking to know that I took both drama and broadcast journalism in high school. Just tell me who you are, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot sandwich.
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
It's a Gordon Ramsay quote.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sandwich.
I love Gordon Ramsay. I love him so much.
Who are you? An idiot sandwich.
It was a couple of weekends ago. I got lost in watching a whole thing of Kitchen Nightmares on YouTube, and I'm just like, I just love Gordon Ramsay. Oh my god!
Whenever those get recommended on my main page, I'm like, What did I do for this to show up?
Oh,
And how do I stop myself from not watching this train wreck?
I didn't mean to, but then I clicked on one, and then more popped up, and I'm just like, I just love me some Gordon Ramsay. Hell's
Because
Kitchen is one of my
it's
favorite.
always a train wreck.
Hell's Kitchen is one of my favorite series of his. I just,
Gordon Ramsay is literally the trope asshole with a heart of gold. Like,
Yeah.
like if you've seen him with his kids,
oh yeah.
you'd be like, who is that person? Because that is not the person on Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, he has a Hell's Kitchen Kids edition too, and
Mhm.
like
Yeah. He's super
I love
nice.
watching him on that. And even on Hell's Kitchen, sometimes he's like really.
He does have some nice
Yeah,
moments
he's
on Hell's Kitchen.
super
I'm
empathetic
like,
and stuff. There was this time this woman got like scolded, and he immediately just like jumped in and started like taking care of her and everything, and like her safety and that was his priority. And I was like, he cares.
Yeah, he does care.
yeah.
But
I
he's
saw
not
one where
not a
the
coddler.
actual chef like passed out in the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
And he was the one who called the hospital, the ambulance.
I saw that
And
one.
he went ham on the owners for not taking care of their staff. It was like, nope, we're closing. I don't care. You don't know how to run a kitchen or a restaurant. I'm taking over. And he closed it.
There was
I'm
this
like,
one lady who yelled at her waitress, and he was livid. It's like, you don't do that. Like he was, yeah. But
Gordon Ramsay.
I do love his F bombs. I'm sorry, I do love when he drops these. He's not a coddler. He's like, no, I'm gonna make you a good chef.
I still think
he prescribes to my mother's form of raising chefs and whatnot, and it's if I am mean and honest with you, you'll be able to handle whatever the world throws at you.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, no one's opinions about my writing will ever bother me because of my mother.
I still think it's funny that every episode of Hotel Hell, they have him getting the shower sequence. Every episode. It's like, okay.
oh, Lord.
Gotta get the fan service in.
We should probably sprint.
Mhm.
Are we sprinting again? I don't know. Are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
we need one.
We need
One
to,
more?
if Sam
more?
keeps doing 30 minutes, we need at least 2 more, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to change the time? Because
I mean, it is your.
You're fine. It's
your event.
30 is fine because I'm not writing. I'm doing homework. I'm reading.
Oh.
I'm doing research. So
Yeah, I'm reading this textbook. So it's good. If we were writing, then yeah, no, like no.
Also, I had cold flashes earlier because I was feverish. Now I'm just hot.
Oh.
Just so as you know, this timer has music, so you might want to mute it if you don't want it.
I will allow it to play unless somebody wants me to mute it.
I normally let
I
more
mute-
stuff play.
I mute you guys, so
Yeah,
Just have my own music.
I'm gonna mute the tab then because I don't.
I am my own little world. I just like you do, Sam. I just keep my eye on the timer.
Yeah. All right.
So.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. And we're back.
Oh,
How long would you like me to put for the last timer?
we can do 30. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm just lazily clicking the recommended timer.
It's not working.
You're good.
All right, here your phone here.
How did everybody do?
I got through another page of notes, which was 2 sections, and I'm this far into the next section, which the section I'm currently on is somatization, which is essentially like the physical ailments based on the emotional trauma and whatnot. So basically, like, mentally the person isn't acknowledging or dealing with any symptoms, but their body is. And which that's actually something I dealt with. I don't know, sometimes. But also it says people from certain ethnic and cultural backgrounds may initially or solely present emotional stress via physical ailments or concerns. And I'm like, which ones? This is pertinent information.
If you can write that claim, you should have numbers to that.
Yes, and you should have examples. Don't just tell me. Like I understand why. I just want to know which ones, especially since I suspect my husband may be from such a background. So, but it's like, tell me.
Yeah. I got 556 words.
Yay!
Very nice.
I'm almost done with this episode. Wanna be done with this episode.
You will never guess what I was working on. I went back to fan fiction.
Yeah, I guess.
Love it.
I never posted what I had for chapter 4 for this fanfic, and so I had to reread it and continue because I gotta finish this chapter.
What
so I
world
can
are you
post
in,
it.
Laura?
Huh?
What world are you in?
Bleach.
Ah,
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to share from my research
Yes, right.
is there is a significant connection between trauma, including like childhood experiences, and chronic health conditions. And I'm like, if I didn't know that my migraines were genetic, might suspect some things.
Maybe a drop here, there. Like, whoops.
Well, to be clear, I had a wonderful childhood. It was my adolescence because my mom had me at 15. And I theorize she just never finished being a teenager. So how was she supposed to raise a teenager? So there was a lot of things, but we're good. We're great. I was essentially her, like, I don't want to say emotional punching bag, but like there were just a lot of fights and emotions and stuff, but it's all good. Like I said, I will always give my mama a lot of credit and stuff because when I went to therapy to deal with all of it, I would randomly call her and be like, "Do you remember this time that this?" And she would always apologize. She would acknowledge it. She would say that she should have done better and that I had a point and stuff and apologize. So it helped a lot. So
Yeah.
that's how the parents should proceed.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes, it is. I'm glad you have one of those moms that can actually apologize for things.
yeah, that was like
I
one
don't
of
know
her
what that's like.
I'm sorry. I'll share my mama with you if you want. But like that's one of the things. That's why I said I had like a wonderful childhood because my mom was always very much one of those parents who was like, I'm human, I'm going to mess up and I'm going to apologize for it and stuff. until I got to my teen years. And then, but also she went back to work during my teen years. So there was a lot going on and everything. It doesn't excuse it, of course. But there's just, and after, like, once my sisters became teenagers, my mom had, like, finished her, like, growing and everything, and she was a great teen mom to my sisters, which I like to give her a hard time about sometimes. But it is what it is. This is also one of the reasons that I will, like, I advocate for not romanticizing teen pregnancy, because it's not rainbows and sunshines and everything. So
that's one of the reasons I hated that show on, what was it, MTV Teen Moms? I hated that show.
Yeah.
I was just like, why are y'all glorifying this? This is not, I mean, if it happens, obviously you do what you have to do, but let's not make it look like this is a payday.
like I am not against teen pregnancy stories being written or anything, but it rubs me the wrong way whenever somebody romanticizes it and stuff and makes it a thing. I'm like, no, like, it's not it.
Yeah.
The first kid is always the learning kid, but you had an extreme version of it. Yeah, she was very forward about that too. That she would make most of her fuck ups on me, but she would try to make as few as possible. And I was like, I guess that's fair.
Yeah,
so.
She did. My mom mentioned that to my brother. Also, I do have to give credit to my mom. Like, we are not easy people. Like, my brother is like that stubborn, I'm gonna say child, but he's almost 50, so it's a grown ass dude. But he was the kind of child that if you will chop him in pieces, all 100 pieces will talk back to you, and it will drive my mom to the wall. And then I was the complete opposite. I wouldn't say absolutely anything. I would just shut down. And she was like, I don't know what was worse. Your brother, who will tell me absolutely everything, he will not shut up at all. Or you, that I have absolutely no idea what you were thinking. We were quite the opposite. I was the weird kid, like, from the get-go. My mom was like, yeah, I kind of like knew you were quite special. My brother was like, a lot of the times I theorize that they switch you in the hospital because you're strange. Like,
when he was
as
younger,
a parent, I think it would be worse. I think it would be worse not to know what your child is thinking, because you can't read their mind, and you don't know if they're hurting or if they're whatever unless they say something. Like, speak.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
I wouldn't say absolutely nothing. Nothing. My mom will find out about, like, things that I was getting, like, I was bothered because I'm a sleep talker. So that's how she found things. Because she would hear me talk on my sleep.
Picture Esther's mom listening at their door, like, let me hear what she really thinks of me.
My dad is really
actually, I never said anything about my mom. It will be like students, classmates, things like that.
Yeah. I told my mom something once, and then, like, the next day or whatever, my dad commented on it, and I told my mom, I'm like, did you tell him? And my mom's like, no. And, like, we weren't at the house or anything when I told, like, I didn't care that he knew. I was just confused as to how he knew. I was like, he has supernatural powers, and also, both of my parents on separate occasions have, we've had discussions and stuff about parenting and kids and everything. And they've both said that as grandparents, they're trying to basically do better than they did as parents, because now that they're older and they look back and they see, like, there's things that they maybe could have done better or anything. And, like, my dad had said at the time, he's like, my main goal was just to provide and make sure you guys like made it to adulthood, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So now in adulthood, we're doing more of the like big group family things, and my parents are trying to not make the same mistakes with their grandkids. Like, I used to get so upset as a teenager because I would go, like, I would ask my mom, "Are we doing anything this weekend?" And she would be like, "No, we're not doing anything this weekend." And I'm like, "Okay." And like, I would ask like 4 times during the week, and then I would go stay at my friend's house. And then, like, my dad would happen to have a day off and they'd go to like the aquarium or something in Nashville. And then I would
And
get
they will
upset.
mix it.
Yeah, and like, but my mom would get mad. And she's like, "Well, you're the one who went to your friend's house." Now, as an adult, I was like, "Mama, you could have called me. You could have come pick me. If I was somewhere you could not get a hold of me, you would have skinned me." And she's like,
Yeah.
"You know what? That's a fair point." And so now with my nieces, like, my baby sister lives about 45 minutes away, and so my mom goes out of her way to like pick them up to do some of the bigger family things if my sister is busy, to make sure that like my nieces get included in everything. And so that's just, I guess it's some really good examples of working together to heal and prevent generational trauma from carrying on. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's almost the opposite. It's not quite the opposite, but I remember once we started getting a lot older, probably when we both, like my brother and I, we have like a 10-year difference. So when he started college and when I eventually started college, my mom was like, "I always wanted to be a mom. I always will be there for you. But if you have a kid, that's your responsibility. I might babysit for a couple hours, but I am not going to be the grandma that substitute the parent.
oh yeah, no,
So
that's
be sure." So she's always like asking about my nephew and keep tabs on him and things like that. But she's like, "He wants to go somewhere, you take him." Like, she was a very present parent, and she was like, "If you want to be a parent, you have to be a present parent. You
yeah.
cannot slack on that." And
Oh
she
no,
will
my
not let you slack on that. Like, there
to
was
be
a
clear,
period that my nephew had a lot of like different sport events, and my brother was not going. And she was like, "You went to all of other people's events and you're not going to your own son's. Like, you got to figure that out."
yeah, no, my
And I
mother
was
is
like,
not a super grandma. She doesn't like babysit super often or anything. Not to like drag her or anything. I don't need her to babysit super often.
yeah.
But like my aunt actually is one of those grandmas who like keeps her grandkids like every other weekend and stuff, and she does a bunch of things. And sometimes my mom will look at me and she's like, "I feel so bad sometimes because I am not a grandmother like my sister." And I'm like, "Mom, it's fine. You do enough." So
Yeah, like it works for us. It doesn't have to be
yeah.
the same.
Like, yeah, it's all good. What's important is that we plan big family things at least a couple times a year.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a monthly family game night going. We'll
Oh,
like do that for 2-3 months in a row, and then life will get busy and everyone will forget for like 4 or 5 months, and then we go back to doing it for 2-3.
Yeah.
So it's not a total bust, but it's not actually as consistent as we would like.
you'll get
I
there.
mean,
You'll get there.
it's still good to do it even if you're
Yeah.
skipping a couple of months. Good
Yeah.
exercise.
We had
All right, sleep
people
well.
go to sleep. Ours went to sleep. So we did not go to sleep successfully.
Oh no! She was DMing me that the music from the timer was gonna make her fall asleep.
Mm.
Subject history, unblinked the blank page with 348 words. Yay.
Nice.
CD's enjoying the bed though. Oh, we already looked at this one. Yeah. First kid is always learning. I put Roy on the bed with the treat, and he jumped down off the bed to eat the treat, and now I think he wants back on the bed.
My oldest
See,
was
I
my
was
most
about-
difficult child when he was younger, and now he's my easiest child. But also, he takes far too much after me some days. Nothing.
No, I heard that.
Stop eavesdropping.
You're right
He's
there.
really
How
like,
can he
"You're
help
right
it?
You're
beside me."
there.
How did I eavesdrop?
I can't mess with my other two the same way I can mess with him because sometimes they don't understand I'm just messing with them. He knows 100% I'm just messing with him. So
He picks up the tone of
Yes.
it.
He picks up what you putting down.
He's smelling what you're stepping in.
Oh wow, Laura! Like,
I learned that from my roommate from New York in college.
Good influence. Good influence.
We got someone deciding on what to read.
Do
I
we
would
have
like
options?
A page
Shonda?
in my textbook, so. He's crying. I gotta get out of bed to put him back on the bed so then I can get back in bed. Aw, poor baby.
his life is
Laura
hard.
looks so cozy. He's like uncozy herself to get Roy off the bed.
The dogs that I used to dog sit for, 2 of them would do that because they were really small like Roy, so they couldn't jump up on the bed. And at some point, after years of watching them, I was like, no, you made your choice. You're going to stay down there for a while now. I'm not taking you back up. And if I was watching them with like my sister and my brother, they'd come into the room that I was in, and then they're like, I'm tired of hearing them cry, and pick them up. I'm like, I still win. I didn't have to do it. Yay me.
Like, I am trying to teach him that his actions have consequences.
a choice was made. You made your choice.
Yep.
Not green onion.
To be fair, these dogs were
Okay.
spoiled by this old couple, so I'm not.
Green onions still
Mm.
fresh.
I'm not sure.
That's another great reason that I love that I never thought Sam to get into my bed.
Bed, yeah. Some deep mystery's gonna go to sleep, it sounds like.
Good night.
I'm so scared to say this name.
Caramel.
Caramel.
No, the person's name.
Oh, Shonda Prickett.
Oh, Shonda.
Shonda. Okay. It's gonna read Caravel, or it's between Caravel, Night Circus, or maybe Magnolia Parks.
The Night
What are the
Circus.
first 2? Oh, we got a vote.
I mean,
2
if
votes
you
now.
ask me, I will be like the Night Circus.
The Night Circus sounds so familiar, but I cannot pull up any
Isn't it
information. on my
YA book?
Hold on, I can find it. Oh,
I remember when it was
I do.
called.
Is that it? Is it a vampire book?
I don't think so.
no. No, you're thinking about the Vampire Assistant, which is a movie,
No.
trashy movie, but
It's also a book
this
too.
is a book.
Yeah, no. I am thinking about a book because I read it last year for Nostalgia Train Book Club.
Is Night Circus a YA though, Esther?
I think. Well, it says a
feel like-
love story for adults that feels luxuriously romantic.
Maybe.
I don't think no, because
I was-
everyone that is
Oh,
blurring this is a adult writer.
Okay.
I think this
So-
just got kind of like a crossover appeal, but it's not YA.
I think it was hype during the hype of YA. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, Esther. I was thinking of the
Yes.
Vampire's Assistant, but I do not know it by that name. I know it by Circuit.
That's what it's called. I knew it was Cirque
Oh,
something.
yes.
But I
Which
have
I
not
think is the
seen
book that
I've only seen.
movie is from,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
I never finished reading that series. Probably should try that.
Magician.
There we go.
It's not my
Don't drop it, Esther.
to have dark themes.
It's a paperback. It'll survive.
The paperback.
Or Laura, she could drop it like a tide.
Paperbacks are
It's
very
raining
resilient.
books.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Oh.
Open up the sky and let the pages.
Oh, here we go. It's about magician.
Yeah. I mean, the premise is that the Nicer just hops on completely unannounced somewhere, and then things
Yes, I do
happen.
remember that. I do remember. Gonna start the Nicer kids.
And now I have the image of that
Put a
video.
ring on it.
Now I have the image of the actual video. It's raining men in my head. Oh,
I mean, you could have worse
I
things
never
playing in your head.
Did they ever Photoshop men as raindrops?
yeah,
Like,
hold on. Did
come-
you say you've never seen the video?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've never seen the video of
Oh,
it.
let me go find it and put it in the private test so you can watch it. It's fun. It's a real fun time.
Yes. Do you know that originally they were going to have different people dancing and dubbing the voice for the music video?
Interesting. That will
So
happen.
that they would look more appealing on screen.
You know, sometimes I don't know, creative producers things that were like, why? Were you high? Were you really in a bad trip?
Nah, this is more like
That sounds like a bad trip.
misogynist, racist shit in the music industry. It was more of that.
There you go, Esther. Enjoy.
Am I going to really enjoy it?
It's fun.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to laugh
It
at.
looks like a children's show.
It's fun to laugh at. Just keep watching.
Ugh. Let's see.
So we should probably
Oh,
go to a
God.
screen if you're gonna watch.
I was about to say, should
Yeah.
we watch this during the sprint?
Let's do sprint
before
and we can talk about it.
Yes. Before we sprint, though, JC, I know you haven't seen them, I think, but I recently got 2 new tattoos. Not good lighting for them.
Back cool. Back cool.
Do those hurt because they're on your hand or not?
Sorry, Belle.
Honestly, I barely noticed them. What'd you say,
I just looked
JC?
over. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh while you were up. Just looked at
You
Esther's face behind back in.
You're good. But my husband and I got a Mayan-inspired one on the left hand and Nordic on the right. And I keep saying they are our mating marks, much to the deep sigh and shame.
But they're not teeth shaped.
They're not what?
Teeth shaped.
Well, mating marks are okay. In the shifter books I read, they're not teeth shaped. They're usually whatever ancient culture the thing came from shape. So, like, if they're an Irish werewolf, then you've got like a triquetra thing. Well, not a triquetra, but you know, a Celtic knot going on. So,
Not, you say.
It's their own AU, so. It's their IRL AU going on.
that's right. All right.
This one also has music.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. I got lost in the Weather Girls video.
we'll go into
I
the
had
sprint,
seen it
but we
so
can
long.
all watch Weather Girls. Oh, I can share it in chat because I am Dolores.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, here we go. Hey yo. I'm at the bottom of page 9.
Yay.
With also this section was like hyper arousal and sleep disturbances. And I was like, yeah, I knew that like a high sex drive could be a thing. And then it's like hyperarousal, also known as hypervigilance. And I was like, these were two very different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are they incorrect that that a definition of arousal is to be aware of your surroundings? No, but not where my mind went.
Mine either when you first said that.
See, it's not.
Yeah. Me neither. I got 371 words, finished the chapter, and then I'm just like
Yay.
coloring on my digital coloring book.
Nice. I watched the music video and then took a bathroom break and then did more note taking.
I got like 400 words.
Yay.
I'm so close to being done with the chapter.
The fan fiction.
Yeah.
Gals and days love. Appreciate you.
It is a male pairing.
Who is it?
Ichigo, Ulkira, and Grimjow.
Fair enough.
You know, Rite of Conquest.
Yes. Grimjow used to be one of my favorites, so.
He was so brutal in the beginning. Oh my gosh. It's like,
Yes.
he was literally punching his face in like 600 times. Like, stop! It grows on you.
Well, JC, what did you do?
Oh, I was just editing my video and then remembered I needed to do Duolingo. So
That's fair. Oh, do your Duolingo.
I did.
Okay. Your dad was very concerned about that earlier. I was like 1,000-something day streak, so.
you can't break the streak. I get that.
So like earlier, my husband was sitting in the chair getting ready for work, and he looks over at our sleeping son, and he goes, "No, he needs to do his Duolingo." And I'm like, "He'll do it later. It'll be okay."
That's funny.
Let's see. Lisa got distracted doing reading. Finished book 1.
Nice.
Started Night Circus. It started off really interesting. It addressed the reader directly. Ooh, fourth wall break. You are going to the circus. Then it changed the characters that have magical powers. It's good so far.
When books address the reader, I either enjoy it or hate it with every fiber of my being. Especially when they're like,
There's
"You'd
no
never
in between.
guess." Yeah, it's like, "You'd never guess this." And I'm like, "But would I? Try me. Let me see if I guessed it already."
Am I smarter than what you think?
Yeah, but it's like, "You would feel." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, don't tell me how I feel." But then, like, in A Series of Unfortunate Events, I really love how the narrator addresses the reader in that one, because it's like, now good people like you and me would never. And I'm like, thank you for assuming I'm a good person. I like
That is funny.
I got through. Technically, I got through half a page because there was a whole page of just the example of how a doctor's note is written, and I'm like, I already know how this is written. I don't need to read this. So technically, I got through half a page of new content.
That's okay. The more I like read of this document, the more they're like repeating the same thing over and over, which I get because it's like it's a it's a textbook for therapists and everything. But
Mhm.
I'm just like, this could have been written so much more concisely. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't attend class Wednesday night, which was already planned. And really, Wednesday night, which is the first part of this chapter, is stuff that I'm not as familiar with.
Mhm.
Thursday, we were just going over HIPAA, and I'm like, the amount of times I've had to read anything HIPAA related, I was so bored. I'm like trying. I'm so glad I can turn the camera off on Zoom because I was just like, I walked around. I was like, oh, it's dark. I'm gonna close the windows while like she's talking. There was like maybe 4 new things that like related to like this specific part of healthcare that I'm now doing versus all the other stuff that I've already learned that is
that's fair.
repetitive as no end.
I hate when when you're taking something and you know the majority of it and you're like, so when I get to learn,
Yeah,
Give me the new.
that is how I felt yesterday.
give me the new information. This is basic.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm also remembering how difficult it is for me to read textbooks. Like, I can sit for hours and read a book, but like reading the textbooks, I'm like, oh yeah, this is why in like proper college, with my disability stuff, I just listened to it. I had the ability to get it read to me.
Yeah, so get away from my coffee.
Yes, I want this PDF read to me because, oh my gosh. Like, every section starts with, this is a common thing for people who are affected by trauma-induced stress. And I'm like, yes, that is the point of this whole thing. I do, in fact, understand this.
Esther, did you watch the video? The music video?
No.
She tapped
I'll
out.
watch it later. Yeah, my brain is like, we're done. It's almost 2 a.m. We're done.
That's the best time to watch it. It is so campy.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, very.
Yes.
I mean, it was made in the 80s, so you got to take it for what it was.
80s.
But even
I
for
did
the
scroll.
80s, it's still kind of.
So I did scroll through it, and I was like, wow, this is very much a thing of its time.
I love
Great at that time.
Yeah, I love the confidence of which men in music videos in the 80s wore Speedos.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're like,
It's not
I am the biggest thing, and you're like,
no,
under
you're
what?
not.
A magnifying glass?
What I loved about the video at that time, with the time when I saw it, is I like the representation of big girls. I'm sorry, just gonna say that because you didn't see that at that time. You didn't see that a lot.
Well, and that's what I meant by that comment. I wanted Esther to see it first before I mentioned it. There's an interview where the main female singer talks about how originally they were going to have them record the song, and then they were going to record the music video with skinny girls dubbed with their voice, so that they would be more appealing on the video, and they had to fight it.
They were great though. They
were so confident.
and
they were perfect.
They rocked that confidence.
Yes.
Oh, I love the video.
Yes.
They had confidence. I did not. Still don't.
I still don't. Yeah.
Like Esther, you know, I always praise you for your confidence. I don't have your confidence. I wish I did, but I do not.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, you.
Esther, ma'am. That's your name.
I love how I assume. I'm like have a ear in the conversation, and I just assume that we're talking about me.
The confidence.
Confidence.
The confidence. I love it.
They must be talking about me. Not conceited at all.
No, it's not conceited.
Not delusional.
No.
confident.
You know, part of confidence is being a little delusional. So
She's not wrong. as an incredibly confident individual, she really is not wrong.
I am confident at work. Outside of that, question marks.
That's fair. My son has now been trapped. My cat is laying on top of him, and this child will, in fact, allow himself to dehydrate and starve to death before he disturbs the cat.
Aw.
Has in fact
adorable.
broken one of my cabinet. Now, granted, the cabinet was on its last leg. It was back when my garage den was a storage area and less a functioning room. But I was slowly turning it into a family room. So I was like, you guys can play, just not in this area right over here where I'm still going through stuff. And
Yeah.
the cat was sitting on top of the cabinet. And so he went to pet the cat on the cabinet, and the cabinet fell over and broke. And when I looked at him, I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "I'm sorry, I broke the cabinet." And I was like, "Why did you climb on it?" And he goes, "Because the cat was on the cabinet," as if this is, the obvious answer.
Common sense. Yeah.
And he was like, "I had to pet the cat." And I'm like, "Okay, look, don't do it again. I don't care if a cat is on a thing. Like, don't." And he goes, "But I have to pet the cat." I'm like, "Oh no."
It's a biological response.
He has his priorities. That's one thing you gotta give it.
Right.
He knows what he wants. He goes for it, and that's
Chapter
petting the
has
cat
been
is the
posted.
priority.
Chapter's been posted. The universe is correct.
Yay! You're gonna make a good amount of people happy.
You just made a
Especially
bajillion
since
people
I
think.
left a cliffhanger. Not like
Which chapter?
You did do that. I remember you talking about it. Laura, that was evil.
I cut it off right after the foreplay, so it was the whole lead up, and then I
It
cut
was that one.
It's
finally
you
have
love
the
to
scene.
remember than me.
They finally have the scene. It's fine. You know.
Laura,
Definitely
Later.
make people happy.
Laura.
Oh,
blew all of her
people.
readers. So rude.
Overjoyed. I'm
I mean,
happy
it's also
for
on
those
brand.
readers.
What, baby?
I'm so happy for those readers.
Yes.
It's 12. Well, almost 12. 2 to
Oh,
12.
I was looking at fan fiction yesterday,
Yeah.
and I read a summary, and I was like, "Oh, this is good. How many chapters is it?" And it was one chapter with question mark. I'm like,
You gotta move the cat to go eat.
when was this last published? So I opened it and looked, and it was like 2022. I'm like, you know what? F it. I'll just torture myself. I really want to read this.
Your stomach can handle pizza.
At least it ended okay. I was like, you know what? I could have, this can be its ending. Do I want more? Yeah. It's the ending.
Or maybe some oatmeal.
Oh, milk
I'm-
would probably be good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at this point in my life. I'm like, it's better be completed. If I do want it hard enough, I'll write it myself.
Kitty.
Unless you trust your brother or your sister to make the
It
oatmeal.
had been so long since I worked on this that I was misremembering my own lore. I was like, wait, no, that was a
God.
different fanfic. Whoops.
I think
I feel like you're supposed to have a cheat sheet. You'll always remember.
I was like, how did I get him his power back again? Was it this whole heist sequence? No, that was a different fanfic that I read. Oh yeah, that's how I did it.
Funny.
Okay.
I came back to part of the conversation because I was in an in-depth conversation with my child about what he can eat.
Oh Lord.
Did the cat
Oatmeal
move?
it is.
Yeah, did the
Sort
cat
of.
follow?
He rolled over to
Where-
try to get
where
her
is
to
it?
move,
The cat.
and now she's climbing back on him. So
Oh, well, food be gone.
About to be trapped.
No
now
food.
she's coming to me now.
Kitty!
I made eye contact with her. Hello. You don't want to come over here. As soon as the stream ends, I'm rolling on my side.
Yeah.
And
She's
unlike
just
the
waiting
child,
for no
I have no
audience.
qualms to disturb you.
Mm.
You can't wait for no audience. That will take forever. There's like there might be like at least one person who fell asleep but has the stream up.
Yeah. I
Stay
usually
hidden.
have
Could
the stream
happen.
open on my computer all weekend, even though I have to work.
Same. Well, I don't have to work, but I leave it up.
Yeah.
Like really good. I had stream number 2 going while I was dozing on and off.
I mean, if I'm going to bed, I'll just have it open, and I will just, when I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh, the stream is done. Okay, let me close it.
No, I mean like I have the playlist going, so it will
Mm.
just keep going.
Give those watch hours to people.
Mm-hmm. My guys are always like, "Do you want the computer?" I'm like, "Leave the computer alone.
Don't touch it.
You don't need to touch me."
I love
know
that
it.
y'all
know
leave
it.
y'all computers on at night. I love
I
that
have
y'all
a
leave y'all
laptop.
computers on all night. I shut mine down every night. It's not even on.
No, I do. But for events like this, I will leave it on. I didn't do it for the small YouTuber one because it was like a week. I
It
was
was
like,
a
that's
lot.
bad. Yeah, that'd be bad for my laptop. But just
The
the weekend.
The desktop gets turned off nightly. The laptop, it stays on until it starts getting slow, and then I restart it, and then it's fine again.
Yeah, no. I actually turned mine off. I will turn mine off.
I turn mine off.
I'll restart mine when StreamYard can't find my mic.
That's fair too.
Occasionally.
I think if I left my laptop on like 24 hours all the time, my guys would freak out because it was just on and they would think something's going to explode. So I couldn't do that to them.
I learned the hard way to shut down the computer every night because bad things
You lock
happen
stuff.
when I
Yeah.
like we're gonna just shut it down every night now because I want to prolong the life of my computer.
Yeah.
Mm.
My
I think when
laptop.
I first got my laptop,
Well, I
could
will
do that.
say,
Now,
I close my laptop, so even though I don't shut it off, it puts itself in sleep mode.
Yeah, and
But
I used
Yeah.
to think that was good enough. It well, at least with the one
My
I had, it was not.
laptops generally, my laptops generally last me 6 or 7 years. So I have a really good track record with keeping them alive.
I probably need a new laptop soon because I'm
Same.
getting close to time, which is why I'm like, I can't leave it up longer than like 2 days. So like the weekend for these events are just the max. Just the max.
Sam, I have a really good track record, and I'm gonna knock on wood just in case with my electronics. Like, my phones, I usually keep my phones for like 5 years, and people are like, you still, and I'm like, it's still working. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna substitute something that is still working. Like,
Yep.
I would rather spend the money somewhere else. And most of my computers do last 10 years. This is why it takes so long to pick a computer, because I know I am stuck with it for a decade.
Yeah, my last 2 computers died, not because of me, but because one, the last one got stepped on a lot because I didn't have like a table or anything by my side of the bed. So I would like slide it under the bed a little bit. And for some reason, everybody's foot found the specific place the laptop was. And then also this one, she really likes to like step on the pink laptop board and then flip it because it is not balanced for her. So now, like at night, I take the pink board and I put the board under the bed and I leave the laptop closed up top. And it has not been knocked over yet. knock on wood.
What I do for some reason have to replace at least once is my charger. I had to replace my charger for all of my laptops. All of them. I'm like, something strange.
I've had to
This.
replace a mouse, keyboard, and that's it.
I mean, now at this point, I replace keyboards just for funsies because it's
Yes.
pretty and they sound
I know
in a
you do.
specific way. That just scratches my brain.
I don't get any of that. Like I've watched so many videos, so many people talk about it, and I'm just like, I don't know.
I am hoping to get the money for a specific keyboard that sounds like raindrops, and I'm just like, I want it. I want it. I don't care. It's almost $200. I don't care. I want it. Like, it comes in red or purple, and I'm like, I want it so badly.
We should wrap up the stream because it's been going for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's not my normal stream where we go for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
any
close out,
outros?
Sam? There we go.
I am writing Mom Samantha and Nasset on my channel. I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. Occasionally occasionally Artemis, the patron saint of the stream, comes by. And I will be streaming a lot this weekend if my health continues on the up. So, yeah, you can check my channel or any of my socials. I posted my schedule for the weekend to know where to find me. I also help co-organize this whole event, so I hope you guys are having a great time.
Oh, it's my turn. I am Esther Maria Andujar, Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid career author. You can find me under the same channel name, Esther Marie. And they are all my links if you want to find me almost anywhere in the interwebs. I will probably be in chat once I have a good night's sleep. Laura.
I'm me. Yay. I'm streaming tomorrow. When?
7 p.m. Your stream is right before
Eastern.
mine. Yes, Eastern.
Yeah.
Actually, you're sandwiched in between my two streams because my break stream is at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then your stream is at 7 p.m., and then mine is at 10 p.m.
Right. So it's 4 p.m. my time, Pacific. It's gonna be fan-flippin-tastic. And, yeah. I'll see you around. JC.
Oh, me. I'm JC. I have a channel and videos. I mean, yeah, of course I have videos because I have a channel. I have books. That's me. That's all I got.
And because I was not here at the beginning, I am Livestream Daily. You're on my main channel. If you like sprints, I have a second channel where we do sprints and I post long plays and stuff. Everyone's links are down below. Go read everyone's books or serialized stories. Go support everybody. Hit subscribes and likes and all those jazzy things. The playlist is also down there, and you can go like everyone on the playlist as well. So yeah, that is it. If you're here from normal, because you came because I posted in the community post, Monday will be normal sprint streams because I still have a week to finish my book. Hopefully I don't have homework and I can actually write. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching,
Lisa wants to know what the second channel is.
Second channel. So it's just Dolores Medill Uncut. There we go.
I have linked the playlist via Dolores's account. Having an identity crisis.
Because you saved the stream, that's why. All right. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Go like and support all the peoples.
And sleep.
Yeah, and sleep. At some point, whenever your time is. Bye.